The reason why we greet each other with aloha is because of the real powerful meaning of this word that really expresses I come to you with respect and with an open heart and with love and a recognition that no matter where we come from or the color of our skin or how we work or if we worship or how we work, all of these things, it cuts right through and recognizes that we're all connected. We're all brothers and sisters, all children of God, and therefore are inspired to treat each other with that most deep respect and care, that inspires us to take action, to care for one another. I get asked about the gray that I have in my hair here, and I started to go gray during my first deployment, and just over the years have decided to keep that because of the reminder that it brings to me of um, those who pay the price for war, the cost of war. I'll never forget. I think that it's most important to make sure that we have the right people with the right qualifications, motivated purely by that love and care and compassion for others in positions of power. Because ultimately, when it comes down to it, whether you have men or women in positions of great power and influence, if they're driven by that hunger for power and desire to hold on to it, that's where we end up in a very, very bad place. The VA is an organization that has a mission to protect and to serve the needs of our veterans, those who go and are willing to sacrifice all for our country. And unfortunately, what we're seeing is that even after all of these years, both in the post 9/11 era of veterans, but also with Vietnam veterans, Korean War veterans, those who've come before us, the services are still falling short. And this area of post-traumatic stress, I think, is one of the main areas where that's true. There continues to be a stigma around this, whether people are willing to admit it or not, both within the military and also as people have transitioned back to their civilian lives. I've experienced it through some of my friends who I've served with who've come home really, really struggling and having a hard time finding the best place that can really help them. This is one of the drivers behind the continued rate of veteran suicide that we're seeing in our country, and shows that we have to take a more holistic approach. And this is what I would lead as president, where as a veteran, I understand in a deeply personal way who pays the price for war and how heavy that price is, and will ensure that our VA leaves no veteran behind, that every single veteran gets the care that they need. And as we look at post-traumatic stress, there are many different levels of how it impacts people on a whole spectrum. Some very, very extreme situations, some maybe less extreme, but every person heals and finds their therapy and their path forward in a different way. And as a VA, as a government, as a society, we need to be able to help support that. We're still working on putting together kind of on paper in each of these areas what my vision for the kinds of changes that we'd need to see as a presidential platform. These are issues that I've been closely involved with and working on with legislation in Congress, both co-sponsoring bills like the Aim High Act and others, and bringing voice to those who are my constituents and others in the country who are still not being represented, at the table where a lot of these decisions are being made.